Jurgens, Junkie, Coyotes win it! South Dakota is back-to-back Summit League tournament champions, and the Coyotes are headed back to the NCAA tournament.
The South Dakota volleyball team has won 13 consecutive matches and off to a 2-0 start in Summit League play. Welcome into the Coyote Volleyball Show along with the head coach, Leanne Williamson. I'm John Thayer. Coach, your team gets off to a 2-0 start in Summit League play. You knew it was going to be a challenge, and Thursday night it was everything you had and more. Another 5-set victory for your squad over Omaha, and what a thrilling back-and-forth match that was.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty incredible way to start the Summit League play, and I think it's what we expected. And I actually think if we look at winning in that fifth set, I think that was a part of the reason why we were able to have success, because we felt like that was probably what we needed to be ready for in that moment. I think both teams had a little bit of nerves going into it, that first match in the Summit League, knowing how important that was. But I think both teams had times where they settled into it a little bit, and it was fun to be a part of and fun to watch both teams compete.
5-0 now in 5-set matches. That's an incredible record when things go to a fifth set, because you've said it before, anything can happen when you go to a fifth set. This team's just, the way they grind is impressive to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I think at times there's another level to them that we see in the fifth set. And obviously from a coaching standpoint, you always want them to maybe show that second level a little bit earlier on in the match. But at the same time, there's going to be the ebbs and flows of games and matches. And the fact that we can come out that strong in a fifth set and find ways to earn wins is really impressive. And obviously they made it difficult. We were up 14-11. They tied it up at 14, not exactly what I would have expected. But then we were able to obviously clinch those last 2 points. But I love the record in 5-set matches. I just think it adds to our confidence when we do get to those situations, and something I think is going to be important for us as we move through conference.
Saturday, a matchup with Denver. They got the first set, a bit of maybe a slow start for your team. What was the message after set one? Because your team really responded after that.
Yeah, I do think Denver did some good things, but there was really only one attacker that I thought scored at a high enough rate that we should have been concerned about it. But we had, I think, 8 hitting errors, a couple serving errors. We got aced a couple times. So really, I think it ended up being about 15 points were our errors, So we really talked about just settling in, focusing on our side of the ball. And honestly, when this program has played at the highest level, it's been when we've really focused on our side and not overly concerned ourselves all the time with what was going on the other side of the court.
We talk about offense all the time, but Saturday really was about the defense. Elizabeth Junkie had a career-high 7 blocks. Madison Harms tied a program record for a 4-set match with 12 blocks. Talk about getting that block game going and how that just can disrupt a really good offense.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't think we've been a overly dynamic blocking team this season. We've had a couple matches, a couple individuals that have stepped up throughout, but that was probably the best team blocking effort that we had. I think we had 19 blocks in that 4-set match, which is a big number in 4 sets. And Junkie was able to, I think, capitalize on some of the things that they were doing. She was one-on-one a couple times too, and she got those big blocks. So that was huge. And then Harms just really, I think, she found a way to impact the game at a really high level, and she actually struggled offensively at times throughout that match, and I love that she was able to continue that defensive effort. But 19 team blocks, I believe it was 101 team digs. That was definitely a defensive match. That was one playing defense. It just gave our offense more time, more opportunities to score points, where there wasn't so much pressure to score right away on that first swing if we weren't in the best position.
You talk about those digs, and it starts with Lolo Weideman. What a special day for her, really. 34 digs. It tied a program record for a 4-set match in digs. She's also at the top of the dig charts. Just been a special player in this program.
I mean, she's done well through her time here, but this year has been incredible to watch her. She is playing her most confident volleyball right now. She's responding when things aren't going well in a much faster way and more, I think, dynamic for herself. But, I mean, she has... I get speechless sometimes even thinking about some of the plays that she made or like what to say in those moments, because I mean she was incredible, and I think she really set the tone. And we always say defense is contagious, so she's going out and doing all of that and making those huge plays. I think the rest of the team kind of jumped on her back of like, I'll do it too, so we saw our team dig a lot of really, really good shots, and I think we frustrated their offense, and at times again we're patient enough until we were able to score or until they made errors.
101 digs as a team. You mentioned that number. That's an incredible number. Put it into perspective. It ties for the most in the country this season in a 4-set match, which is a pretty incredible number and also speaks volumes of the team effort that this one really took.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd be happy with 100 digs in a 5-set match, so then to see it in a 4-set match, it just showed how tough that match was, though, too. If you're playing defense at that high of a level and looking back at it, watching it back, they weren't easy digs. I mean, there were a lot of really, really good plays being made on both sides of the net, but obviously focusing on us, I think we had to defend a really good offense still. But, I mean, something that our team talked about today at practice of just we have to continue to buy into that because that can, at times, propel us forward in maybe some tougher matches.
Saturday was also special because it was Alumni Day, and you had a bunch of former players that were a big part of this program to get it where it is today, that we're back to not only enjoy the day, but enjoy a Coyote Volleyball victory.
Yeah, it's always great having them back in town and seeing them and catching up and seeing what they're doing now. And I think even for them to see the program, like they have a lot of pride in it as well, from everything that they've done to what they've put in to what they've done to raise the level of the program. And I think a lot of them can say they left the program in a better place than when they first came in. And that's leaving a legacy, and being able to catch up with those people and show off, at times still too, of what the program is doing now after everything that they've accomplished is a pretty special thing. So I was excited to have that group back, catch up with some people we haven't seen in a while, and it makes me happy that they're as proud of the program as we are.
2 more Summit League matchups coming up this week. It's a different schedule than what you faced so far with a Tuesday night in Fargo against North Dakota State. Start with that one. They're a team that's off to a good start in Summit League play.
Yeah, going 2-0 on that first weekend for them. It's a tough place to play. The gym is difficult. They've got a good fan group in there. It gets loud, and it's definitely not a home court for us. So, but we like that. We like playing in those environments, and we've talked about how to handle it and how we're going to approach that match. But I think our team they're ready. They love the opportunity to compete, and as much as I love how they're working in practice, I love how we get better every single day. Ultimately, we all know they want to be on the court playing against somebody else. So I'm excited to see that, but we know it's going to be a tough one.
It starts 4 straight on the road in Summit League play. It's Saturday against South Dakota State, a program that has gotten better the last couple of years, and they're coming off of a big win this weekend as well. They're going to be fired up and ready in their place on Saturday.
Absolutely. And again, that rivalry, we enjoy it. We love it. We love being a part of it, and it makes for a great atmosphere. So I would anticipate a good crowd there. I'd anticipate a lot of blue. Hopefully some people in red will show up as well and kind of help with that. But they did. They obviously winning against Omaha at their place was huge for them, and we've had some really good matches here in these last couple years. Obviously dating back to our conference tournament match last year. So I think both teams are going to be excited for that one. But I mean, for us, every match is going to be difficult, and we continue to focus on just going 1-0, whether it is within a point, a game, or a match.
And certainly the target obviously is on your back as a team that is proven to be one of the best teams in the Summit League, and right now off to a great start in Summit League play. Coach, when you look at this week and obviously a Tuesday night, things schedule's a little bit different. What do you want to see out of your team in this matchup to just continue this momentum that they've built?
We have to win on the road. And when we talk about winning a conference championship, we talk about earning those wins. You obviously have to take care of business at home, but you have to be able to win on the road. So going into this 4-match road streak, we have to be able to handle that really well, come away with some wins with that. But I think for me, I want us to continue to kind of smooth out some parts of our game. You've seen us play really, really good defense, and you've seen us struggle at times. You've seen us offensively be able to score the ball pretty efficiently across the net, and we've struggled at times. So I think just as we go, we have to smooth some of those things out, keep the highs up there, but bring the lows up a little bit so that there's not quite that gap in there. But I like how hard they're working. I like what they're doing. I like how committed they are, and I really do believe we're going to see that.
Well, we hope to see it keep rolling the way it has because it's been fun to watch, certainly, with Coyote Volleyball. Coach, thanks for the time. Really appreciate it. Have a great week. Good luck this week and safe travels on the journeys to Fargo and then on to Brookings as well.
Thank you.
All right, that's Leanne Williamson. The Coyotes won 13 consecutive matches, now 13-1 on the season, 2-0 in Summit League play. For the head coach of the Coyotes, Leanne Williamson, I'm John Thayer. Have a great week and go Yotes.